July 24, 2002, San Francisco Bay near the Embarcadero and Folsom Street. A discovery that would shake investigators to their core. A torso, that's all that remained. No head, no hands, no feet. The body floated in the dark waters beneath the Bay Bridge, barely recognizable as human metal. DNA results confirmed what investigators feared. 24-year-old Evelyn Hernandez, a young mother who vanished nearly 3 months earlier. Her full-term baby was gone. Her 5-year-old son, Alex, was nowhere to be found. And, unlike another pregnant woman whose body washed up in these same waters months later, Evelyn's name never made headlines. Her story was forgotten. This is the case of Evelyn Hernandez, the other Laci Peterson, and it's time we remember her name. 7 months before Laci Peterson disappeared, Evelyn Hernandez lived in San Francisco's Crocker Amazon neighborhood, just south of the Mission District. At 14, she immigrated from El Salvador to live with her mother. She attended McAteer High School and became pregnant shortly after graduation. The father was in the Navy, no contact, no financial support. Evelyn was on her own. She was a devoted mother. She worked as a vocational nurse, pulling shifts at Costco and the Clift Hotel to make ends meet while volunteering at her son's school. Friends described her as charismatic, someone who lit up a room. Her sister Raina was deaf, so Evelyn learned American Sign Language just to communicate with her. That's who she was, someone who adapted, fought, and loved fiercely. Her son, Alexis Geraldo Hernandez, Alex to everyone who knew him, was her world. At 5 years old, he stood 4 feet tall with brown hair and brown eyes. In early 2002, Evelyn discovered she was pregnant again and planned to name the baby Fernando. This time felt different. She was dating Herman Aguilera, a 36-year-old airplane mechanic who worked part-time as a limousine driver at United Airlines San Francisco International Airport. He was older and established. Evelyn was excited to introduce him to her family. Her friend Myra Escobar threw her a baby shower. Her due date was May 6, 2002, days away from holding her second child. But Herman forgot to mention one thing. He was married. May 1st, 2002, started like any other day, but ended in silence. That morning, Evelyn called her sister Olivia complaining of abdominal pain. Despite her discomfort, she took Alex to Buena Vista Elementary School, then rode a muni bus to deposit her disability check at the bank. She stopped at Ross to buy a new wallet, picked Alex up from school, and returned to their apartment at 224 Lowell Street. Around 6 p.m., she collected her mail. At 9 p.m., she called her sister in Richmond to chat about the baby shower. They said goodnight. It was the last time anyone heard from Evelyn Hernandez. The next day, she and Alex vanished. When Evelyn didn't show up to her baby shower, her sister Raina grew concerned. She checked every maternity ward in the area. Evelyn wasn't there. Neither was Alex. On May 7, 2002, Evelyn's due date, Herman Aguilera reported them missing. He told police he last saw them on April 30th when he bought a bed for Alex at IKEA, brought it to her apartment, and assembled it. The next day, he called her multiple times with no answer. He drove to her apartment but decided she was avoiding him and went home. Why did he wait 6 days to report them missing? These questions remain unanswered. When officers arrived at Evelyn's apartment, everything looked undisturbed. No signs of struggle, no forced entry. Inspector Holly Pera noted, "It looked like Evelyn expected to come back. Both passports were still there. Evelyn spoke little English, didn't own a car, and was 9 months pregnant. Where could she have gone?" Then came the first clue. Days after the disappearance, Evelyn's new wallet was found in a parking lot on Linden Avenue at Canal Street in South San Francisco, 10 miles from her home. Inside were 2 $20 bills and her disability check. Robbery was ruled out. The location was chilling. The wallet was discovered blocks from Herman Aguilera's limousine company and near a gas station he frequented. Police brought cadaver dogs to search the canal leading directly into San Francisco Bay. Investigators interviewed Herman extensively. He said he was driving for the limousine company that evening, came home, watched TV with his wife, and went to bed. His wife corroborated his alibi. According to police, she knew about the relationship with Evelyn, but didn't know about the pregnancy. Evelyn, however, didn't know Herman was married until she announced her pregnancy. The relationship had soured. Detective Para told reporters that Evelyn decided to stop seeing Herman because he wouldn't leave his wife. This caused friction. Herman was paying for Evelyn's apartment and wanted to keep staying there, but Evelyn wanted to move on. Having been burned by Alex's father, she told Herman she would come after him for child support. Herman initially cooperated. Then he hired a lawyer and stopped talking. He was last interviewed in August 2002 and has never been named a suspect or person of interest. Months passed with no sign of Evelyn or Alex. Then, on July 24, 2002, a body surfaced in San Francisco Bay near the Embarcadero. What remained was mostly a torso, no head, hands, or feet. Decomposition made it impossible to determine the cause of death. DNA confirmed it was Evelyn Hernandez. Her unborn baby, Fernando, was missing. Investigators couldn't determine if the baby had been removed through cesarean section, delivered naturally, or expelled through coffin birth, a rare phenomenon where decomposition gases expel a fetus. The condition of the body made it impossible to know. And Alex? 5-year-old Alexis Geraldo Hernandez was nowhere to be found. At Evelyn's memorial service, someone held up a sign with Alex's picture. "Where is Alex? Wasn't this investigation important?" Inspector Para told the media, "We don't know where Alex is. Is this important?" "Yeah, it's extremely important. There are 3 victims here. 3 victims, a mother, an unborn child, a 5-year-old boy, all gone." 7 months after Evelyn disappeared, on Christmas Eve 2002, another pregnant woman went missing. Laci Peterson, 27, vanished from her Modesto home, about 90 miles from San Francisco. Her family mobilized immediately. Press conferences, vigils, massive search parties. The media coverage was instant and relentless. 30 police officers were assigned to Laci's case. Helicopters, cadaver dogs, bicycle and horse-mounted units, water rescue teams. Nearly 900 civilians joined the search. The San Francisco Chronicle published 32 stories about Laci Peterson, 4 on the front page. On April 13, 2003, nearly a year after Evelyn's body was found, a male fetus washed up north of Berkeley. 1 day later, a woman's body was discovered a mile away. Like Evelyn, her head and limbs had been removed. DNA confirmed it was Laci Peterson and her unborn son, Connor. Laci's husband, Scott Peterson, was having an affair. He was arrested, tried, and convicted. In 2004, he was sentenced to death. In 2020, the California Supreme Court overturned his death sentence due to jury selection issues, but upheld his conviction. He was resentenced to life without parole and transferred to Mule Creek State Prison. 2 pregnant women. Both were dismembered in San Francisco Bay. Both missing heads, hands, and feet. But only one became a household name. The numbers tell the story. The San Francisco Chronicle ran 32 articles on Laci Peterson, 4 on the front page. They ran 4 on Evelyn Hernandez, none on the front page. Laci was from Modesto, 90 miles away. Evelyn lived in San Francisco itself. Twiggy Damey, Evelyn's friend, said it plainly in April 2003. "This girl, she's white, they have money, and there is a family behind her. Who cares about Evelyn? The first time I heard Laci's case, I got flashbacks from Evelyn because it is the same case. That's very hard to see why one gets more attention than the other." Evelyn's friends and family created flyers, distributed them throughout the Bay Area, organized search parties. They couldn't drum up media or police interest. The San Francisco Police Department didn't hold its first press conference until a month after she disappeared, when homicide took over. By then, potential eyewitnesses were gone. Memories had faded. No massive reward was offered at the time of Evelyn's disappearance. The mayor's office later authorized $100,000 for information, but by then it was too late. Let's be honest about why. Laci Peterson fit a narrative. Young, beautiful, stable family. The American dream shattered by a cheating husband. Evelyn Hernandez was an unmarried Salvadoran immigrant who had her first child as a teenager and was dating a married man. In the media's eyes, she wasn't the perfect victim, but she was a human being, a mother who worked multiple jobs to support her son, a volunteer at his school, a sister who learned sign language to communicate with her deaf sibling, someone who deserved justice. The disparity isn't just about media coverage. It's about who we decide is worth saving, who we decide is worth remembering. Today, Evelyn Hernandez's case remains open in the San Francisco Police Department's Cold Case Unit. Detectives hope DNA technology advances can help solve her murder. But the most haunting question isn't just who killed Evelyn, it's what happened to Alex. Alexis Geraldo Hernandez was 5 when he vanished. He would be 27 years old today. Is he alive? Was he killed that night in May 2002? Was he taken, sold, hidden? Police presume he's dead, but have no evidence. His body has never been found. For 22 years, his family has lived with the agony of not knowing. No body, no closure, just an empty space where a little boy used to be. Herman Aguilera has never been declared a suspect. His current whereabouts are unknown. Whether he's still with his wife is unclear. Producers for the Hulu docuseries Murder Has Two Faces attempted to contact him, but couldn't reach him. He hasn't publicly spoken about Evelyn's death or Alex's disappearance since August 2002. The San Francisco Police Department continues to investigate. In 2025, the docuseries Murder Has Two Faces, produced by ABC News Studios and executive producer Lisa Cortez, premiered on Hulu. Hosted by Good Morning America's Robin Roberts, the series examines cases like Evelyn's, crimes with uncanny similarities to high-profile cases, but ignored because the victims didn't fit society's narrow definition of who deserves justice. Robin Roberts said it best, "It should not matter what you look like. Everyone who is a victim of a crime is deserving of justice. But it does matter. Missing white women dominate headlines while women of color disappear into obscurity. Wealthy families get press conferences, poor families get silence. Citizens get resources, immigrants get apathy." Evelyn's loved ones have suggested that if she had been a white native English speaker, police would have tried harder. The evidence is obvious. One case gets 30 officers, helicopters, and 900 volunteers. The other gets a press conference a month later and 4 newspaper articles buried inside. This isn't about diminishing Laci Peterson's tragedy. Her death was horrific, and her family deserved every bit of support. But Evelyn deserved the same. Alex deserved the same. Fernando deserved the same. The question isn't just who killed Evelyn Hernandez. It's why we let her story fade while others dominated headlines. It's why her son's disappearance didn't spark the same urgency. It's why, 22 years later, most people have never heard her name. They deserved better than to be forgotten. This case remains unsolved. If you have any information about Evelyn's murder or Alex's disappearance, please contact the San Francisco Police Department. Even the smallest detail could finally bring justice. And as you leave this video today, I want you to ask yourself, why did Evelyn's story fade while others dominated headlines? Who gets justice, and who gets forgotten? What does it say about us when we decide some victims are worth more than others? Let's talk about it in the comments. Share this video. Let's make sure Evelyn's name is remembered. Let's make sure Alex isn't forgotten. Because every victim deserves justice. Every story deserves to be told. Rest in peace, Evelyn Hernandez and baby Fernando. And wherever you are, Alex, we haven't stopped looking for you.